Hey, welcome back to Terraria Calamity Summoner playthrough. This is the second part of it, related to hard mode. In case you haven't watched the previous episode, I highly recommend you doing it. Actually no, you should do it right now, because I put so much effort into it. And also what you should do is to press the like button and subscribe to my channel. Well, of course, if you want to see more of my videos later. I am not forcing anybody to do this here, so it's only your decision. And I'm not gonna waste more of your time and hop onto the video already. So, as you may remember, in the last episode I killed the wall of flesh. And I actually got lucky with the wall of flesh drops, because I got 2 summoner weapons from it. And these was Black Hawk remote and the Firecracker whip. The only bad thing that I didn't get the summoner emblem from the back, and I haven't found Shimmer yet, so I couldn't shimmer the other emblem. The Black Hawk remote summoned these jets to fly around me, and I needed bullets, which I didn't realize at first. And since I already had the weapons, I wanted to make a new armor for myself. The only armor I had available is the spider armor, so I went to the spider cave and started murdering the black recluses. And in the meantime I got some souls of light, since the spider nest was in the underground hallowed biome. And then I went to the underground corruption to farm some souls of night. And then I crafted a scroll, which summoned dishes to fight for me, but they were weaker than the hawk. Then I went back to farm the souls of night, and even fought the hive mind. And then I crafted the caustic stuff, and that was already better, so I stick to it. Then I went to the sunken sea to kill the giant clam, because in the hard mode it dropped a couple of new things, along with some summoner stuff. And on my first attempt to kill him, I died. What a shame. But then I returned to the sunken sea and dug down the center sphere, so I had more room to fight the giant clam. And on my second attempt I have successfully took him down, but he didn't drop the shellfish stuff that I wanted. Then I killed him another time, but he still didn't drop it. And on the third time I lost to him, and then I just gave up on it. Yeah, that easily. And then I went to build a base in Hollow, and it wasn't completely in hallowed biome. So my plan was to spread the Hollow via the Contaminator when I take out my first mech. And when I was building, my minions have gathered some pixie dust for me. And then I made a teleport in the snow biome, so I could easily access the operator NPC. And then I went to space and killed some wyverns to make a new wings, pixie wings. Spoiler, I was wording them for the entire hard mode. And from leftover pixie dust I crafted a Fapsol vodka, so the drunk princess could move in. And when I was in the underground hollow, I got a Gelding crystal, and I decided to kill the queen slime real quick. And I managed to do it on my first attempt, even though I almost died and my minions was barely hitting it. And from the back I didn't get the dagger staff that I wanted, so I went to the operator NPC, and after a painful amount of money wasted, I finally got it. And while in the snow biome I started making a cryogen arena. And after I finished building it, I went to the underground snow biome to get some essences of ilium. Then I bought a whole heart from the wizard, it was bad, don't buy it, and crafted a frozen key. And then I attempted to kill the cryogen, and I almost got it, but died. And this is where the summoner difficulties start. You see, my minions just couldn't hit it most of the time, and I had no defense, so I had to dodge like a damn tryharder. And then I realized something. Why am I rushing when I can just get all the available upgrades for myself? The first thing I wanted is to get the grand gelatin accessory, and I started farming green jellies, cause the only jelly I had missing is the vital jelly, but it didn't last for long. So I went to seek for the shimmer. Then I shimmered cleansing jelly to get the vital jelly, life crystal to get the vital crystal, and the mana star to get the arcane crystal. Then I crafted the grand gelatin. Then I went once again to the sunken sea to get the pink pearl from the clams. And when I got it, I went to the jungle to seek for the life crystals. And when I got 21 of them, I went back to home. 20 of them I've just ate, but the last one I have shimmered along with a pink pearl and a fruit, and used all the shimmered items. Then I grabbed some buffs and went to try the cryogen once again. This time I actually beat it and freed the permafrost, the Calamity's teacher, but he didn't sell anything useful. And I opened the cryogen bag, but I didn't get the summoner weapon, and that's why I went to the operator NPC and started buying cryogen bags until I got the summoner weapon. And it was called the Glacial Embrace, and it was much better than the Crystal Dagger Staff. And then I continued making the world arena, and I was just placing platforms and bombing down the sky islands. So we'll just skip it. And now we had a bridge that lasted through the entire world. Then I made a mechanical eye, grabbed some buff potions and summoned the twins. And for some reason it was much easier than the cryogen fight. Then I have mined some second tier hard mode ore, crafted a brand new mithril anvil, and then an optic staff. And then I went making the sulfurous sea arena, and yeah, astral biome was next to the sunken sea. Then I got some shark fins and crafted a seafood, which is the summon item for our next boss, aquatic scourge. And then I got some tether cloth from the goblin scouts to make a goblin standard. I needed to kill the goblin army to get the first shadow flame artifact, and I have no idea why didn't I get it earlier. So I started farming goblin invasions, and eventually I got an accessory I was looking for. Then I grabbed some buffs and went to the sulfurous sea to fight the aquatic scourge. And on my first attempt I didn't succeed, and the same situation with the second attempt, and on the third one as well. And I didn't like dying to the optional boss. So I have improved my arena with some stational arena buffs, like candles from the Drunk Princess, boss stages and heart lanterns. And with that preparations, I did one last attempt on the aquatic scourge. And when I beat it, I didn't teleport to home just yet, because the second acid rain event was about to start, and during this event I was looking for Koragmo Mires to get an accessory from them, and when I managed to kill one I got an accessory I was looking for, and then I just finished the event. From the corroded fossils I made a sulfuric scourge whip, and from the treasure bag I got the deep sea stuff, and then pistol jump scare. And I beat it without any buffs or preparations. I swear the bosses aren't just balanced. Then I mined down some adamantite and titanium, made a new pickaxe. Then I headed to underground snow biome and mined down some cryonic ore. From it I made some cryonic bars, and from them I made a couple of new things. A new whip, Daedalus whip, Daedalus golem stuff, upgraded my armor to Daedalus armor, and last but not least I made a ornate shield. Then I got a mechanical skull and summoned the Skeletron Prime. Good thing that Wyvern didn't spawn during the fight. Now it was time for post-mech crafting. First I made the angel threads, then the vengeful sun stuff and the pickaxe X. Then I headed to the underground hallowed biome to mine the new hallowed ore that spawned after killing all the mechanical bosses. After mining plenty of it, I made a new hallowed armor along with a new Dirndl whip. Then I went to the brimstone crack biome and mined some infernal suivite here. Then I gathered some essences of havoc, and from these materials I made a igneous exaltation, which was indeed an interesting weapon. The only downside of it that it have consumed a lot of mana. And also I made a charred idol, which is used to summon the brimstone elemental boss. Then I grabbed a classic set of buffs and went to the brimstone cracks to murder the brimstone waifu. And I was easily able to take her out, and from her back I got the Brimstone Rose, which was one of the 5 elementals, and the Dormant Brimseeker, a very good summoner weapon. And then I got Eye of the Desolation, and with leftover buffs I have summoned the Calamity's Clone. And I loved this fight. It was fair and it had simple yet interesting attack patterns. From the fake Calamity's back I got the Ashes of Calamity, and from them I made the Lash of Languish whip. My next goal was the Phantom Swarmer armor, and to craft it I needed some silver remains and depth cells from the abyss. So I took some fin and water breathing potions and headed to the sulphurous sea depths. And after some grinding I went to the desert, because I needed some sea remains from the desert scourge. And I killed him exactly 12 times, because I don't know why. And then I crafted my brand new luck count fit. And also I crafted an abyss diving gear and the bar claw accessory. And then I went to the underground desert to gather some ancient clothes. I needed them to craft the arid artifact, which is used to summon the sandstorm. Then I started the rain via the torrential tier. Then I started looking for the cloud elementals to unlock them as a playable character. And then I used the arid artifact and started seeking for the sand elementals to get 2 elementals in a battle. And just like that I had 4 out of 5 elementals to craft the Heart of Elementals accessory. Then I went to the jungle to get some chlorophyte and live roots. There was nothing useful that I could do from the chlorophyte, but from the live fruits I made a blood orange and ate it. Then I returned to the jungle and started making plantera arena. Then I got some buffs and went to the plantera arena and summoned it. But I forgot to use the buffs, so that's why I died. Yeah, definitely not because of the skill issue. Then I went back to the arena and now I actually drank my potions. Turns out that was actually all because of the buff potions. Then out of life shards and 2 summoner weapons, I made a plantation staff, the summoner alternative for the Terra blade. And turns out I didn't really need perennial ore, so instead of mining it, I went to the dungeon to get some ectoplasm. After getting plenty of it, I returned back to home and decided to make a simple crafting penny, which was a combination of almost all pre-hard mode crafting stations, and I was supposed to make it in pre-hard mode, but it's better later than never, right? Then I made a core of Calamity, combined some accessories into one to make the Ankh shield, and combined these two with the ornate shield to make the Asgard swallow. Then I wanted to relax a bit, so I decided to make a house for the leftover NPCs, and the Hall of Fame with all the boss relics. Then I collected all the boss relics that I mindlessly placed on the arenas where I beat them, and it turned out that I miscalculated the relics' height, so I had to rebuild the entire Hall of Fame. And when this satisfying building session came to an end, I made a sandstorm score, and then I summoned the Grand Sand Shark boss. And in the first seconds of fight I was actually trying to correctly summon all my minions. This is the lead up to the fact that the battle was easy. And then I have slain 2 more sharks and placed a relic in my brand new Hall of Fame. And from the course dropped from the shark, I made a new staff, a new whip and an upgrade for the shark tooth necklace accessory. Then I once again went expanding my world arena. And when I finished, it was now a certified world arena. The final version of it. Then I placed some campfires, grabbed some buffs, and it was time to fight Anahita and the Leviathan. And the first attempt didn't end up well, because I forgot to buff and wasn't focused on the fight. But on the second attempt I locked in. And I managed to do it, even though I almost died. From the first bag I got the gastric belcher stuff, but I wanted the community accessory, so I have bought some more bags, but I still didn't get it. Then I sold my gems and ores and went to the desert to farm desert scourge. And then I sold the loot from the scourge, and just like that I got some money. Then I went buying even more bags, but I still didn't get the community. Then I went to the desert to kill even more desert scourges and sold even more of his loots and bought even more bags. But I still didn't get the community. And then I tried to farm another boss, EOW, and it really worked better. And then I had a genius idea to make a money flask so I could get even more money. And after 12 minutes of intense farming I sold all the EOW drops and got 40 platinum coins. And I have spent all this money on even more Anahita and Leviathan bags. And guess what? I didn't get the community. That didn't even surprise me at this point. And after 12 more minutes of boring farming, I finally got it. And I guess you can tell that I was happy. And then I made Astrum Areus summoning item and tried to beat him. And this what happened. The world arena is just overpowered, that's it. From the materials I got from Astrum Areus I made a Stellar Wind whip. Then I went to the underground astral biome and got the Starbuster core from the first enemy. I guess the community unlock pays off. Then I decided to get the dungeon summoner weapons, and there was two of them, the staff of the frost hydra and the sand tiger staff. I already had the desert biome key, so I needed to kill the cryogen again to get the frost biome key, and I did just that, without any problems, as expected. Then I went to the dungeon, and first I got the sand tiger stuff, then I got the frost hydra stuff, then I looted the astral biome chest, which luckily didn't need any key to open it. And the sand tiger stuff wasn't a material, so I just trashed it. And then I got some potions from the brewer NPC, got the dungeon teleportation potion from the alchemist NPC, drank it and started building the arena for golem. And while preparing for the golem fight, I noticed the Draydon slab, and as expected I robbed it, and then I started the golem fight. And we had a tie. I didn't get anything useful from the golem except the pig saw. Then it was time for post-golem farming. So my first task was to mine the scoria ore, because it gave me access for the material called life alloy, and from it I could craft bunch of useful things. So I mined a real small amount of it. Yeah, just a bit, just 1,000. Then I went mining the Pernarial ore, and during this mining session I found the last cavern Draydon slab. So now I have visited all his labs, and now it was the crafting time. I crafted a star-tainted generator, which was a great summoner accessory. It gave me +2 minions. Wow. Then I went to the jungle to get 2 butterfly dust. And also killing the golem covered all the jungle with plague infection, so I got some plague cell canisters as well. When I was done with the jungle, I recalled to home and crafted a miracle fruit and instantly ate it. And last but not least, I made a resurrection butterfly. I swear to god, Calamity just slows tiny minions. Then I harvested some pumpkins, made a pumpkin medallion, and started the scariest Terraria event ever. And it was actually boring, so we'll just skip it. And by the end of it, what did I have? I had a dark harvest whip, the necromantic scroll, and some spooky wood as well. Then I went to my jungle base, bought some more spooky wood from the architect NPC, and a Hercules beetle from the masculine lizard NPC. Then I made a spooky armor set, Status's blessing accessory, and now I had an army of butterflies. 10 minions, that's insane. Then I started the Martian invasion event, and here I was looking for the Xeno stuff. And from the first Martian invasion I got exactly 0 Martian saucers, but from the second event I got it. Then I made the Abomination and went to the jungle to fight the Plague Bringer Goliath, and I beat it, and it was easy as you can see. But when I opened OBS to save the fighting file, I spotted the start recording button, so I started recording again and I beat it another time. From the bags I didn't get anything useful except materials, and now I decided to decrypt some schematics. I have upgraded my prehistoric PC, I wish I could do it in real life too, and decrypted planetoid, jungle and underworld schematics, and also made a wizard blossom stuff, a plug bringer armor, and also made a pulse turret remote. Started charging it and literally forgot about it. And also I thought it would be a nice idea to kill the Empress of Light, since I could get a Terra Prisma. Yeah, it could drop a Terra Prisma even if you kill it 9 times. And I killed it within 1 minute and 20 seconds. And since I had some leftover buffs, I wanted to fight the lunatic cultists as well, and I have annoyed the boys near the dungeon. And then their boss woke up. And that was easy as well. So I killed the lunatic cultist, and that means I have started the celestial event. My first victim was a Stardust pillar. Well, that's obviously because I am a summoner. I have easily eradicated the Stardust population. From their flesh I crafted the Stardust dragon staff and the new Stardust whip. And then I have waited for the Nashers to spawn, to drop the turtle shell, and that was long AF. But when I got it, I made the observer. Then I died to a solar pillar, took my revenge on it, same with the vortex pillar. Yeah, there is nothing really to tell about the celestial event, it's that boring. And by the way, there was 3 meteors next to each other, that's some curse shit. Then I finally remembered about the Satis's Scourge accessory, grabbed the Titan heart and used it on the astral beacon, and it awaked the Astrum Dios worm. The world arena was great for the Astrum Dios, but I still lost due to my skill issue. Then, full of rage, I went to get my revenge on this worm, and that's what happened. And this time I managed to beat it. I didn't get anything useful for my first bag, so I went to my beloved operator NPC to buy more Astrum Dios bags, and from them I got the star spawning helix stuff, and I had to test it on some boss. And I'm sure I have chosen the victim incorrectly, because it was the Dragon Folly. You see, the Dragon Folly can be summoned in Demon Lord stage, so it's technically a pre-Moon Lord boss. But after some attempts, I realized that I can't beat it, because of its damn fast charges, and also randomly spawning arrows. Like, this attack isn't even fair. So I have put it off for the post-Moon Lord stage. Then I went for the Nebula pillar, and violently slaughtered it, and the Moon Lord didn't like it, and he came to punish me for what I have done. But I turned out to be stronger than him. And what's wrong? Why aren't you happy? We have killed the final boss of Vanilla Terraria. Oh, that makes sense. Well, I think that's a task for future me. Okay, what are my thoughts on the summoner in the hard mode stage? At first, it seemed to become harder. But then, somewhere after the aquatic scourge fight, it became even easier compared to the pre-hard mode. But, you know what? We have reached the point where things usually become much more difficult. So you will see in the next video, I guess.